And it's funny thing. Speaking of not up to our standards and not up to our issues, the next subject, you're gonna find this hilarious. So, y'all, there is an angry email that was sent to the Athletic. I want to know which one of you, because I guarantee it might be somebody here watching this podcast right now, sent an angry email to the Athletic to voice their rage about the whole Bill Belichick situation. And
That
here,
man, that man said, "I am a longtime UNC fan and cannot believe you are stuck with a coach who is clearly being run by a woman who is young enough to be his granddaughter, dominating football practice and interviews. It's ridiculous. Won't end well and makes UNC look foolish."
now I'm gonna ask because I read the article, and I'm gonna be real, and I'm honestly talking directly to the Athletic. Is that all the email said? Because if there's more, I would like to know that entire email. Because I feel
I
like
don't
this
even know
wasn't
the
it.
entire. I don't
I
even
want to
think
know.
because even that little bit kind of makes you look like an idiot. Like I'm nope. I don't even need to
Nah,
see the
bro.
rest of it.
I need
You look
I need the
foolish.
Athletic
This is
to air
foolish.
this out. I need the Athletic to air this out, bro. I need them to air out the entire email because it's funny to me that we've been on this channel. We've talked about it. We've said how crazy Jordan and Bill's relationship has become a distraction because let's be honest, it has. But the fact that y'all out here or somebody's out here sending in angry emails to the Athletic publication, not to a coworker, not in a group chat, not even on a Facebook post. You sent this to a legitimate Athletic publication and they posted an article about it. Dude, that's why I want to know what was fully in that email because I'm sure they get emails like this all the time about
Oh, you
angry
know they get
fans.
emails like that all the time.
So what
Like, cause
made
what?
them post this email? I need to know the whole thing, bro. I really do.
Because where's it at? Hold on. Because speaking of that, and I think part of the reason why this came up is because recently Bill had to once again shut down or basically lay out what Jordan's role is at UNC. So, as from College Football HQ, once again, we know all that attention and stuff is going around us. He had to just basically flat out say she doesn't have any role in the UNC football program. There's been noise out there about a lot of different things. Again, our focus is day to day, getting better, stacking good days together, having good rest and recovery training, moving forward to the next day. And somebody said, but while Bill tried to put focus on football, several reports that revealed Hudson's role in managing the coach's publicity, Lord, that had me in a chokehold, have redirected the attention towards her and not in the ways the school has wanted. Because it's like some of these reports reveal that Hudson has tried to request people inside UNC be more aggressive about policing negative comments about Belichick. Then in others that seem to show Hudson's demanded to be named a producer on the prospective Hard Knocks program that would have followed the UNC football team in its preparations for the season. The show was ultimately scrapped as the producers were put off by Hudson's demands, preventing Belichick's team from getting some national exposure ahead of the first of the season. Then came a very awkward interview with CBS. The amount of interest and criticisms of her influence over Bill's taking attention away from his effort to reshape the program. And I said that's why he wants to get the focus back on the team, from the coaching staff to focus on how do we help our team get better, is what it says Belichick. That's my job. That's our staff's job to put a good plan in place so that if they do the work, they see improvement. That's what our job is. And and as much as a lot of us,
he gonna try to stretch this one, y'all. He gonna try to make this work. He gonna reach.
I don't know where I'm going to be reaching for besides a hammer, but to just bludgeon my brains out for this. At the end of the day, I feel the best thing that should be done at this point is remove her from the facilities entirely. Because and it's not in the sense of like banning her, But when you have practices and when you have stuff going on, make sure she's not in the area. Because this is going to continue to drive negative publicity towards Bill and the team, and more publicity that, in my honest opinion, is what she wants for herself. I still am on that same road and that same page of something about this relationship ain't right. And I feel like somebody somewhere is taking advantage of a situation. And
you think it's like the episode of the Boondocks with Cristal and Granddad?
Not even. At least Cristal, because at least Cristal was telling the truth. Because at least Cristal never hid what Cristal was.
She hid it from Granddad. She didn't fully disclose that until the end of the episode.
She didn't have to. Everybody else knew what was going on. That man was blinded.
Except Granddad.
Except Granddad. Except Granddad.
That's the main person that was affected.
Except Granddad. I know we're not even on this topic, but I needed his name up here. Except Granddad is the only one that's not realizing the same thing everybody else is looking at. Once again, as much as I am mentally drained at the fact that she keeps popping up in these articles and the fact that you have to constantly keep defending her, should tell me that's my thing. If
that's his woman. He goes stick beside her. That's his woman. He goes stick beside her.
I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that.
Why not?
Individual,
why not?
Any individual that you have to constantly and publicly defend, at some point you should think to yourself, maybe they're the problem. We saw what happened.
Hey, were you about to go? Were you in my brain? Did you know who I was about to talk about?
We saw what happened with two of the biggest stars in Hollywood. We saw what happened when you have to constantly keep defending somebody publicly. At some point, you have to start thinking maybe they're the problem.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about that one. I was thinking about the young star that just got drafted. But I know which one you're talking about now.
That one too. and to be honest, he's actually stopped defending her.
Yeah, I ain't heard much about it since
exactly once the wedding went on. They text you just before the wedding and all the engagement happened. He stopped defending it. He just ignored it. When you have to keep publicly defending, at some point you have to think maybe they're the problem. And you know how you fix a problem like that? Keep it out of the public.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe she ain't the problem though. She ain't the problem though. Like, listen, that's his woman. As he said, he just feels good. He feels right. Like, she ain't the problem.
See, that's why you can't even keep a straight face, because you know you lying. You know you stretching it. You know if you talk about you reaching, this one here is reaching. Trying to talk about she ain't the problem. I understand that's his woman, and that's okay. Man. Stick beside her. I don't care. I don't care if he stays with her to the rest of his days.
All 7 of them.
All 7 of them. I don't care. I don't care if it's 7 years, 7 days, 7 months, however long it is. The problem is, at some point, Bill Belichick needs to start being Bill Belichick and ignoring the media. Or at this point, have a conversation at home about where she needs to be and at what time. Because if I see you out talking some random nonsense, or if I see your name in another news article that involves this team, I'm taking the houses back.
You think
that portfolio is going from 8 million to 1 million real quick?
You think she'd be trying to get Bill out the house to go into the club scene? Imagine Bill Belichick. Hey, imagine Bill Belichick. Imagine Bill Belichick at a club scene. Like, yeah, that's my girl. What?
Yeah. I'm with that
Hey,
one. Man,
hey, man. Oh, that's your granddaughter, right? You celebrating her college? No, that's my girlfriend. Hold up.
it's my girlfriend. That one guy, okay, OG. Let me
Hey,
find out.
let me find out. Everybody in the back.
Somebody hyping him. Somebody's like, yeah.
Here's a bad
That
part.
way, old man.
Here's a
Let me
bad
hold
part.
$20.
You know it was a black. You know it was a black dude that was hyping him up. Okay, I see you. I see you, OG.
Him and that one white kid that he's been hanging out with for like the last 20 years.
Right.
They the two cutting up in the middle of everything. But anyway, moving on.
I hate the fact that my house been chilly all day, and then as soon as we do this podcast, now I want to get hot.
All of the lights.
Shut up.
He's an idea mill and creative muse.
Shut up.
Whatever.
But